and it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Likewise, Sonia, thank you for having us.
Thank you, Sonia.
Wonderful. And heartiest congratulations for the big milestone.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Really exciting time for us over here.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're embarking on a new chapter.
Absolutely.
So you had an incredible journey. So can you give a reflection of it?
Sure, absolutely. So Capital Numbers started in the year 2012, and back then I was spending I founded the company in 2012. So between 2008 to 2012, I was spending most of my time in the UK, and then I saw that digital marketing, as AI and machine learning is coming into vogue now. Back then, digital marketing was the buzzword where everybody was talking about digital marketing. So I saw a market gap where I realized that a lot of marketing teams that are sitting within the corporates, they want to do digital marketing, but they don't have any technical teams embedded within them, in the sense that when they're planning out campaigns, they didn't see how they want to go ahead and execute those campaigns in terms of creation of digital assets. With that in my mind, I sort of found a market gap over there and thought maybe there's an idea, there's a possibility of creating a company that will do that digital fulfillment for the marketing teams sitting within the corporates. With that idea in mind, I started Capital Numbers in the year 2012. It's been a 12-year journey. So to date, we are basically a bootstrap company, profitable since inception. We have grown year on year basis on every year since the past 12 years. And we are also a completely litigation free company. From just serving digital marketing teams, we have now expanded. So we are a team of now 500 plus professionals, basically helping businesses and enterprises all around the world becoming faster, more efficient, and more profitable by implementing technologies such as AI and cloud engineering. The company is also certified. So we are ISO 9001, which is around quality management system, ISO 27001, which is around information security, and SOC 2 Type 2 compliant company. So we are one of the few smaller companies in this area which have these three kind of certifications. Now, why is this important? Is because we are a 100% export-driven company with 70% of the revenues coming from US and UK. And when these our potential customers are sort of evaluating whom they can work with, they want to make sure that because of GDPR and all those laws that exist, they want to make sure that their intellectual property and data is safe when they're working with a partner in India. We are one of the few companies in India being in our size, we have such capabilities where we can demonstrate that our client's intellectual property as well as data is safe when they are working with us. We have also received a number of awards, around 20 plus national as well as international awards from the media outlets around the world. The Financial Times has ranked us consistently for the past 4 years as one of the fastest growing companies. Just in the last calendar year, we have won award from Economic Times as one of the leading IT services companies in India. We have also received an award from the Times of India as the brand icon. I personally have been awarded by the Economic Times in 2021 as one of the most promising entrepreneurs of India. What we are most proud of, Sonia, is we are one of the highest rated development company in India. So what do I mean by that is there are platforms such as Clutch, Trustpilot, and G2. These are global B2B directories where our potential customers go and they look for potential vendors whom they can work with. So when they're searching for vendors in India, we rank number one. The reason we rank is because around 300 plus five-star reviews are there, and these have been independently verified by these platforms. Our customers have gone ahead and given us a very high ratings, which is a testament to the quality of work that we can deliver. Now we are embarking on an IPO journey. So our ambition is really to become we enjoy quite a bit of a good reputation in Eastern India. So we are a Kolkata-based company to date. So we enjoy quite a good reputation in Eastern part of the country. Now our ambition is to become a more national player, which is why we are now looking forward to this IPO.
Super, wonderful. That's incredible. So, Mr. Vipul, can you give us the details of the IPO, please?
Yeah, Sonia. So we are looking to raise about 170 crores from this IPO. The initial offers will be opening for subscription on the 20th of January and will be open for subscription till 22nd. And we are, as promoters, just diluting the minimum shares that are needed for making the listing happen. So yeah, that's about it.
All right. And how do you plan to utilize the funds?
Sure. What do you ask that? So there are a few things that we have considered. The first is obviously the expansion of business development activities. So as a company which is 100% export driven, we still do not have physical offices in the key economies in which we operate. So one of the first thing we want to do is sort of establish local offices in US, UK, Europe, and Middle East. In this financial year, we have already gone ahead and set up an office in Europe. So we currently have an office in Netherlands. That just happened post filing our DRHP. But we want to sort of expand and build this local sales team so that we can have more decent and high quality client interactions. Second is we want to invest in new technology initiatives. So that basically involves investment in areas which were lacking till last financial year. So for example, we are now getting into Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, and UiPath, so RPA, so those kind of automation driven work. So investing in those particular team. Third is investment in our US subsidiary. So US is 50% of our 50% revenue basically comes from the US. So investment in US subsidiary. And the fourth major is we have basically earmarked funds for acquisition. So we'll be looking at acquiring one or two companies in the coming calendar years. So that's how we have basically bifurcated the utilization of funds.
Super. So how's your partnership with Salesforce and the others going to boost the business?
Perfect. It's a very good question. So when we are evaluating companies which are bigger than us, so in a sense that, I mean, when we are looking at, okay, who are the companies which are in the listed space, what are they doing, which we are not doing, and we are doing our internal benchmarking, then we realized that the system integration part of the business was completely missing for our portfolio. Like we are mainly focused on core digital engineering services, but we are not doing any partnerships. And then we started evaluating that, okay, what are the partnerships that we can explore? And Salesforce was one of the things that we saw was something that all of the big companies in India are basically working on that. With that, we sort of started working with Salesforce. We hired a person a director of our Salesforce partnership who joined us in April. Since past 8-9 months that we are working with Salesforce, we have already we have already won 5 contracts in Salesforce. It's a new area, new initiative for us, but we are seeing a lot of excitement, a lot of positive feedback from the market in terms of what we are doing, and we have just started building our capabilities in that particular area as well. So so as we are growing in our Salesforce practice, we believe that in the coming 12 to 15 months, business from Salesforce as well as from other channel partnerships, such as what we are doing with Microsoft Dynamics, what we are doing even with, let's say, Oracle Cloud, will basically yield a much better, much faster growth rate for us.
Wonderful. So you have a very impressive top line and the bottom line. So what is the future outlook?
Yeah. So last 2 years has been sluggish in terms of we have delivered a growth rate of CAGR of about 25% over the past 5 years. Last couple of years, we are a bit sluggish in terms of our growth rate was not 25%. It slowed down a bit given the industry trends that we saw. But we believe that the market demand is coming back. So although we have grown over the past 2 years as well, so we believe that we will again see the previous growth rate return to the business. In terms of profitability, we believe that our PAT is basically our bottom line is one of the highest in the category. And we believe that we will be able to maintain the same moment, the same trend that we have been able to demonstrate in the past.
Super. So India is all set to become the next global power. So what is going to be the role play of IT sector in the digital landscape?
Sure, absolutely. So as India digitizes itself,
how is it going to contribute?
Yeah, so IT sector is going to be we're going to take India to the digital future. Capital numbers till this current financial year didn't had any India business. We only saw that, okay, now we are seeing opportunities in India and we are already sort of building our presence in India. We already hired somebody to sort of head our India business. And then we have already secured a couple of very major contracts. For example, we have recently taken on a contract from a large commercial vehicle manufacturer company in MRO space where we are helping them implement AI ML driven work to reduce the time the vehicle spends on maintenance. We have also taken on largest cinema chains in India as well as a client. So our practice in India is again very new. It's only been this financial year, so you can say only about 9 months we are working in India, and we have already secured some good contracts over there.
Wonderful. So with the arrival of Trump, how do you see the changing dynamics in the sector?
So I think he is going to rattle the cage politically speaking, but in a sense that he's a capitalist at heart. So I believe that, I mean, the only hammer that he can hit India with is basically H1B, and we are 100% offshore service provider now. We are not dependent on H1B visas. Our business won't be impacted. And frankly speaking, American enterprises depend on Indian talent for running their machines, so to speak. I don't think he will adopt any policies that will be to detriment to his country. So I believe, although there would be a lot of chest thumping, but I don't believe anything would happen that would be negative to the Indian economy as far as IT services goes.
All right. So Meta and Apple are heavily investing on these smart goggles, the
Yeah.
smart glasses. So what's your take on it? Is it going to outshine the smartphones?
It's a difficult prediction to make. So if you look at Google Glass, so when they started, the whole Google Glass thing came out, and then this term glass holes came out. So there's a issue around privacy. With now, I believe that in settings such as industrial practices, medical practices, training, such glasses will have a lot of applicability. There would be a lot of adoption for such glasses. So, for example, a technician wearing a smart glass to find an issue, a doctor doing a surgery wearing a smart glass, those things definitely would come. You will definitely see such things happening. People wearing smart glasses in public, I believe, until unless these companies can squarely assure people about their privacy, I think general adoption in public would be questionable.
All
But
right.
industry adoption is definitely going to be there.
Okay. So who are your competitors?
So we compete with both a lot of companies in both listed and non-listed space. So in a sense that if you look at listed space, then there's no apple to apple comparison. Like we don't have any company whom we are aware of in the listed space who do exactly same as what we do. We look up to Infobeans and Silvertouch as the companies whom we have already identified in our RHP as our peers. In non-listed space, we face competition from both companies in India as well as company in Eastern Europe. So there are several firms who are, let's say several, there are about 7, 8 firms who are in the same line of business as we do. Some are bigger than us, some are smaller than us, and each have their own strengths and weaknesses. So we believe that in a sense that going forward, we will be, with the funds available to us after IPO, we would be able to march ahead, get ahead from these companies who are non-listed space, and then we will look at adopting what the companies listed space are doing and improve our developed business practices over there.
All right. So what has been your leadership mantra?
So leadership mantra first is it's a difficult one, but first I believe is clarity, in a sense that people who are in the company must know what you are doing, why you are doing it. That is the number one thing, because you shouldn't come as arbitrary. Second is consistency, so you should walk the talk. We are a company with zero litigation, and that's like even government, non-government, and that's not accidental. So in a sense that the employees of the company should see the leader acting in a way that is ethical. And third is empowerment, that I do not at all believe in micromanagement. So when you hire people, you hire good people for the job and you let them do their thing. So empowerment of employees is most important. So definitely clarity, consistency, and empowerment is what I truly believe in.
Fantastic. Mr. Vipul, your final words for the potential stakeholders.
I would just like to say the potential shareholders, stakeholders, that this is a good opportunity to invest in a tech-savvy company, which is run by experienced management and an ethical team. So do consider making us a part of your portfolio success.
And unlock the value. Wonderful. It was a pleasure talking to you, gentlemen. Thank you so much, and wish you a great, fantastic IPO run.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Sony.
Thank you.
Good day. Thank you.